Hi, how's it going? I really don't know what I'm doing, but this is gonna be like an introductory class on how to like thrift or get a console on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp. Basically, if you're trying to get into the retro scene or collecting video game related items, I hope this helps. So I do basically have a little bit of an addiction. Pretty similar to gambling, to be honest. It's just really expensive toys for no reason. But basically, I'm gonna talk about how I got them, my experiences, so you don't make the same mistakes I did. There's a few things here and there: retro, old, video games, consoles, a little bit of everything. Now, I'm just gonna get started with the first one I ever got. I want to say that's not entirely true, but this was like the first ever like good deal I ever got. This is from Goodwill. This is about 8 years ago that I got this on Goodwill. Back when they had the 50% off Saturdays or whatever. I paid about $30, maybe less for this, which is crazy because now they go for like maybe $100, maybe more. I saw one on Facebook Marketplace for $200, no modifications whatsoever, and that's insane. Unfortunately, a little bit of nail polish fell on it, and now I have to live with that. I might mod it, I might not. I'm not entirely sure. A few other things I have here. Um, hmm. This is one of my favorites. This is a special edition PSP. It's a God of War theme. I didn't know that when I got it. Now, I paid $100 for it, about $180 with taxes. I did made a few changes. The back cover for the battery wasn't there, so I just got a different red one and I put it there. I feel like it looks better because the one I had was black, and I also changed the joystick for a red one. Personally, I like it. That's just me. My favorite thing about this is the reddish crystally see-through glass on the face buttons and D-pad, and also the shoulder pads. I just absolutely love that. And I only got it because it was red and black. I didn't know it was a special edition at the time. I only found that out afterwards when I looked it up. So yeah, $100, $108. I think I got a good deal on that. I don't know if that's MSRP, but I've seen some websites on like Instagram that are like, "Oh, enjoy your childhood" or nostalgia. It's like nostalgia bait. But basically, you click on it, and they have modded um, PSPs for like $300. So that's a lot of money for a PSP. Taking into account, I paid a third that price. So definitely don't do that. If you don't, you shouldn't do that. But you can do whatever you want with your money. You're an adult. I'm hoping. I don't know. But basically, I might get one of those because yeah, I'm getting a used item. Maybe the glass, not the glass, the screen might not be the best. So the might be have some scratches here and there overall, but I really like how this one looked, so I pulled the trigger. I didn't have a PSP at the time that worked, so why not? Um, Now I also have another PSP right here. I originally had this one, but I lost it. My brother gave it to me. I don't know what happened to it. I think somebody might have taken it, so unfortunately, I needed to replace this. This one is the fat one, the original one, the 1000 one. The special edition one is the 3000, a little bit slimmer. I like how this one feels because this one is heavier. It feels more like a console than a toy, if that makes sense. However, the buttons aren't as tactile, I believe. I don't know if you can hear the difference, maybe I don't know, but it feels like when I do the 3000 ones, they feel a little bit better than this one. That's just preference, not a big deal. Now, the important part is that I paid $50 for this. It was $50 cash on Facebook Marketplace. It has a scratch here and there, and that's not a big deal. Honestly, the screen still looks clean. It looks great. I can still play on it. I'm gonna try. I don't know. I want to play. Sorry. Whoa. I want to watch a movie on it. I have the Ghost Rider movie for the PSP. I don't know if I want to watch it on this one or the 3000, but I'm gonna watch a movie on this and see what's up. Just see how it holds up. Because that was like a fun gimmick they had back in the day. But I do like how this one feels a little bit more. Now, to stay retro, let's go ahead and talk about the PSP. What? Nope, this is not a PSP. The SP. That's what I meant. The Game Boy Advance SP. I don't know what SP stands for. I thought it was like special edition or something. But basically, this is a red Game Boy, and that's all the reason I needed to get it. To be honest, I have a hyperfixation with the color red, as you can see, hence the name. You know, so this is a red PS. Whoa, I keep calling it PSP, man. Red Game Boy Advance SP. And I like these because these play everything in Game Boy: Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and the original Game Boy games. So I can play all of the Pokemon games, all of the first three generations of Pokemon on this little guy. Now, the reason why I got this one is because on the same day, I went to a different store. This was $80. This was like the second or third store I went to that day. There was another store that we visited earlier that had two of these, the same one. Now, if you're familiar, there is a different version with a better backlit screen. That wasn't the case. It was the exact same regular old back front lit. I don't remember, but it's like a weird. It's an ugly lit screen. This doesn't have the best screen. Neither here nor there. It was $125 each. So same day, exact same console, different colors. This is my favorite color, and this was $55 cheaper. Kind of a no-brainer. I actually have a different one that I paid $100 for, and I got about 3 years ago. So that's still crazy to me that 3 years later I was able to get this one on my favorite color, still for $20 cheaper. So even now, even if you look around at your local game store, you might still find a good deal. They obviously the $50 PSP, that was an amazing steal from Facebook Marketplace. You can find a bunch of those every now and then. You just really have to keep your eyes open. Um, there's a bunch of other stuff from Facebook Marketplace, but we'll get to that. This other PSP or PS Vita is red. Anyways, moving on. I'm gonna mod this. That's why I got it. I'm gonna mod this. But yeah, I got it because it's red, and I'm gonna mod it. That's kind of the end of that story. This is also from Facebook Marketplace. It's a DSi, so I was missing this from my collection. I now have every handheld for Nintendo that was released in the states. I think technically, officially, yeah. So this was also $50 cash. Facebook Marketplace. Solid. It works. It has a better screen. I think it has. I think it feels a little bit better than the original DS, and the DS Lite definitely better than the original. But yeah, um, now this one is one of my favorites. This is a special edition Super Mario Bros. 25th Anniversary DSi XL. Why did I get this? Other than the fact that it's red? Oh no, I think a gift card for the place I got it from. All right. So the reason I got this is because the DSi XL has the best screen to play DS games on. Literally, so DS games play on a certain resolution. This matches it perfectly. It's a bigger screen, but it doesn't stretch out the games themselves. The 3DS XL does stretch them out, so they don't play as good. It has a different resolution, so it's just not the same. This is perfectly made for DS games, and all the DSi XLs seem to have an IPS screen. Crisp colors. Best way. And on top of that is red and special edition. So I'm like, well, I gotta have it. Funny thing about this one is I bought it at a store. I paid $109 plus taxes, yada yada. Um, Literally a week later, I go to these stores like once a week. I'm not kidding. It's a problem. Literally the next week, the exact same console, $120. So yeah, unfortunately for retro items, uh, prices are just forever changing. It is literally supply and demand. So another thing that you should keep an eye out is just it could get more expensive. You might find it on Facebook offer for a little bit cheaper. You might not. It's literally gambling, but for like very much not gambling, but it's complicated. It's a problem. It's an addiction, really. But yeah, so like literally the exact same week, same item, $11 more expensive. Last week, like literally a week after that, it was gone. So, you know. However, there was also another console there that it's been there for 3 weeks that I still remember because it was way too expensive. It's like a $600 special edition new 3DS, Legend of Zelda one, and it's not even the best one. I feel like that's a different one. That's not what this is about. Moving on. This is from eBay. This is a new 3DS, not Excel. I know, bummer. But the reason I bought this on eBay is because they barely sold them on the States. And this is where the patience bit kicks in. I bought this from eBay for 190 and then taxes, and then I waited, yada yada. This has two dead pixels that you might not be able to see, but you can definitely see the yellowing on the screen. I thought, whatever, I know a trick to fix it. This is with the mod fix. This does not look as bad as it used to before. It's still pretty bad. However, that doesn't matter. I'm not really gonna like play all my games on this. I have better console to do that on, but whatever. The point is, the next week or the week after I got this, somebody on Facebook Marketplace posted the exact same console for $200. I actually talked them down to 180. Some things happen, and I wasn't able to get it, and I wasn't able to return this. Life happens, big deal. And then 2 weeks ago, somebody posted the exact same console with like a game or two for also just $200. What I'm saying is, I got a little bit greedy and came to bite me in the rear. So yeah, that's great. That is mainly, I would say that's mainly for like online purchases, because like this thing wasn't gonna go away. I paid for about MSRP. If I look it up now, it's still there for the same price. So I could have just waited out, but I didn't. Um, Kind of depressing. So let's move on. Now this one is one of my favorite consoles. This is a new 3DS XL. Now this is a gray one, and I paid $200 for it. I don't know if that's MSRP. I've seen it for a lot more. It's not in the best condition. All that I care is the top screen was it looked fine. It doesn't have any deep scratches. I was gonna mod it anyways. It is now modded, and I have all the games that I own on here because you just put them in the slot and then you download them to the console. 10 out of 10. I also got the plates that you can see. So it looks like the special edition Solgaleo and Lunala, the Pokemon one. However, it's not. They're faceplates. And I think this is better because if it gets scratched or I drop it or something, I'm not like, oh no, my super special edition is broken. Granted, you could just get a protective guard for those, but the whole point is to show them. And I feel like the like see-through clear ones are not good enough at protecting it. So I feel like this one is just objectively better. Because if anything happens to it, it cracks, it breaks, or whatever, I just get another one. Sorry, I just get another one, and I just replace it. It was like $17 for the protective case. Honestly, I got them thinking it was just the faceplates, but I looked out. So 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Now, I actually got the Let's Go Pikachu Nintendo Switch. This was the last Switch that I needed to complete my collection for all the Pokemon themed Switches. I have the two Switch Lights, the OLED, and now the original Let's Go Pikachu. It has all the pieces, the Pokeball, the rails, all of it. The I guess I might as well show it off. It's a little bit scratched, so but because it was scratched, and there was also another person selling a similar, like the exact same one at a similar price, I was able to talk them down like $20 or $30. I don't remember. I think I paid $280 cash on Facebook Marketplace. That is like the one plus of OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace is like you are talking to people. Um, you should remember that you are in the position of power in this situation. You are the one holding the money. Unfortunately, if they're selling something, it's because more than likely they need the money. So if you're gonna sell something, you probably don't want to set at the exact amount of money that you definitely need. You might want to bump it a little bit. It depends on the item. It is definitely a percentage thing. It's not like just $20, $30. Like it depends on what you're selling. But in this case, I guess the best case scenario is if you're going to sell something, don't need the money, which is it's kind of conflicting. I know, but like because people are gonna come in and being like, "Well, I can give you $2.50." Not the point. Anyways, my point is, I was able to talk to him. Hey, this other person is selling the same thing, but I want to pick it up today. Also, they're selling it cheaper than you are, how much lower can you go? You know, that type of thing. Now this one, it's the Hyrule Switch Lite. As you can see, I actually have two of these. I put $120 cash for that one. I put $150, but this one came with Hogwarts Legacy, which is like, I don't know how much, but I got it for someone. So I like to think it's a $30 game. So I basically paid $120 for both. I'm gonna try to sell this one, and I might like document, record how that works out, and then maybe I can talk about it later. But yeah, so definitely cheap. I definitely got the second one again because not again. I got another one because the prices for the Switches just went up, which is insane to me. What a time to live in. Jesus. Anyways, yeah, so not I like to think that was, a good haul, not overpaying for these, which I have before and I have after that. Definitely don't make the same mistakes I have made. A big thing is, I would say, and this is very specific to consoles, unless it's a special edition, dog, don't be impatient. So a few things to remember: you're in control. You're the one paying for something. If you go into Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp, definitely keep in mind you're never gonna see this person again. You're not gonna get a return. Make sure to test the item. Just make sure you try it out. Make sure it works. Make sure it basically covers all the needs for which the reasons for which you want it. It covers all the bases. You're probably never gonna see this person ever again. Probably. So there's no returns, there's no warranties. That is the difference between getting that at a store or a place. You can be like, hey, this is broken, this doesn't work, or this doesn't do what I needed it to. I've gotten a game, it didn't work on my console. I was able to return the game. I got a console and I got it for one very specific thing because I'm a weirdo. I got a Super Nintendo and a Super Game Boy, and I wasn't able to play, I think it was Pokemon probably. I don't know. So I returned the whole thing. Those are things you cannot do when going to a thrift shop or, well, maybe a thrift shop that doesn't. But Facebook for a meeting with a person IRL probably won't be getting a return anytime soon. So things to keep in mind. Also, just go locally. Oh, whoa. Just do your research. Like, go to multiple locations around you. You might find a good deal. There was a very specific game in my collection that I couldn't find anywhere else. It didn't have the case, but they made a very convincing fake copy case, and that was good enough for me. I just wanted to have all the games physically in my collection, and I literally only found it because I looked at the location and they were like, "We have another location in another city near you. You should go to it." And I was like, "Okay." And I found the game I was looking for. So just look around you. You might find better prices. You might find something that you might not find anywhere else. Or, like it happens to me a lot, you might find something that you didn't even know you needed and now you want it. And there you go. So yeah, so you're in power. First thing, you're in control. You can say no. You can always walk away. Probably. Uh, Second, which should be number one actually, be safe. If you're meeting with strangers, go to like a gas station or a grocery store or a well lit place with cameras and people. Number three, if you're going to sell something yourself, probably, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of people who are just gonna be rude, mean, not polite at all. So the best case scenario is to not need an item and to realize that people are looking for good deals in today's day and age, especially. So you're gonna get a lot of dumb customer service experience. So you are, I don't know, good luck. Yeah, I think that's it. Honestly, I have some games, but like I said, that just comes down to sometimes you find a good deal if you really look for one. Sometimes you can find that at a store. Sometimes people don't price things properly. I've come across that, but we can talk about that another day. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, comments, thank you so much for listening to me rant for God knows how long. I hope you have a great day. and see you later. Toodles.